All right, do we have time for 2 questions, just to hear directly from the source what's on your minds? Does anyone stand up? This is your opportunity.
You guys all out partying last night or what?
Yeah, they were. There's one.
I got it. The guy's wearing the sunglasses in the back. I understand why.
Hey there. I think it will be important for us to know the acquisition or non-acquisition of Mercado Libre and how the relationship started, how it was approached, how it developed, and where it's gone to today.
Yeah. So the way it started was, and this is probably many years before I joined eBay, eBay bought another company that, in essence, owned the rights to Mercado. And with that, eBay got an interest in Mercado early on. And so 20% interest as part of that transaction. And so in the early years, again, Marcos was almost acted as part of the eBay management team. Mm-hmm. Again, this is before I got to eBay. And I joined, I joined eBay 7 years ago. And, when I first met Marcos, we had a constant dialogue, which is, will you be more successful? Will you innovate faster outside of eBay or inside of eBay? And, I always made the determination I'd rather own 20% of something that's growing faster than owning 100% of something that, if it was part of us, it would slow down. Mm-hmm. And so we have an ongoing dialogue. I have an ongoing dialogue, Eventually, it may be one company. I don't know. That will work. That will happen if we both think there's synergies and it's an appropriate valuation. In the interim, while we own 20%, PayPal is going to compete in that region, and I think PayPal will win in that region. We have cross-border capabilities. We have now in Brazil, we have funds in, funds out, the same we have in Mexico. So we're frenemies. And
that's awesome.
I don't know. You've heard me what I think about. That's just life on the internet, right? You never close off future options, but you also don't. You've got to compete, and we're frenemies with lots of companies. So we will compete in that market, and if Marcos was sitting right here, he'd say the same thing. And it's yes. There's huge mutual trust and respect, but we'll also compete, and who knows what will happen down the road.
Well, and I loved your advice. You mentioned PayPal. I think Nicholas and Janusz are perfect examples of people who need to remain entrepreneurs.
Yes.
And so I think knowing yourself and whether you want to scale within a bigger platform or whether you're really better off on that founding stage is something you have to realize.
Exactly.
So is this is this your last hurrah? Are you staying here forever? What do you think about?
The reason I joined eBay, you're going to hear from Chris Zook and I guess Aaron Cheras. Before I joined eBay, I was CEO Bain worldwide. And I was quite happy. We were building what I thought was a great enduring global company. And Meg first called me and said, John, would you be interested in being my successor? And initially I said no, because eBay was the hottest company on earth at that time. It was literally it was 2005. It was the, I don't know who's the hottest company on earth today, the Twitter of today, or the Facebook of 3 years ago, or the Google of 5 years ago, whatever, eBay. And I said, that's not me. That's wonderful, but it's not me. And she said, well, come talk to our founder, Pierre Midyar. So I went and talked to Pierre, and I was expecting this founder of eBay. And I was expecting this larger-than-life personality. And any of you that have met Pierre know that he's the antithesis of that. Yes. He's this quiet, incredibly authentic, centered, wise guy. And so I said, Pierre, how do you find success of eBay? And he said, he didn't talk about share price or growth or any numbers. He said, John, what I care deeply about, the reason eBay exists, is I want eBay to positively impact hundreds of millions of people's lives around the world, and I want to do it over decades. I don't just want to be a phenom and then go down. I don't want to just be hot and then go down. Mm-hmm. I want to build a great, enduring company. And that combination of mission and purpose and the desire to build for the long term, my heart leapt at that. And so I signed on. And that's what I'm focused on, is how do we build a great, enduring company No one's built a great enduring company in the internet yet. The story of the internet is hot and then slow decline if you're successful. And so I feel like our work is just half done. Yeah, we've got some good momentum, but the next 3 to 5 years are about how do we build a great enduring company that continuously innovates, that scales, that builds a culture that's healthy, effective, and sustaining. And so 150% of my energy is going to that. And I'm like a founder. I'm not worrying about what's next. I've got such a big challenge in front of me. And you know what I know is it's going to be as challenging in the next 3 to 5 years as the last 3 to 5 years have been. It's just going to be different challenges. So.
Well, I have a feeling after you're going to be getting a number of phone calls from people in this audience clamoring to join. So can we give a round of applause for John?
Thank you.
Thank you. It was great. That was great.